Hi guys, can you believe it's been just over 3 years since Moza Racing entered into the world of sim racing? And seriously, these guys have progressed so fast in establishing some phenomenal racing products, enabling them to become one of the leading brands in sim racing. So today I'll be doing a buyer's guide for those of you considering upgrading your existing sim racing setup, or for you first timers dipping your toes into the world of sim racing. Details for all the items I'll be showing today are in the description below, including purchasing links. So I'll take you through the wheelbases, racing wheels, pedals and accessories, together with showing you some of the bundles they have available to help you build your perfect sim racing setup. But before I begin, if you're new to the channel, hope you can support me by subscribing and hitting the bell icon to get notified of my next release. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Let's start off by taking a look at the wheelbases. And at this moment in time, they have 6 available, with the number after the R indicating the torque levels provided, and that's the level of force feedback intensity you can expect from the racing experience. They're all direct drive wheelbases, meaning they contain a motor to provide feedback directly to the user, and this feedback is provided by attaching a wheel to it, where the feedback consists of vibrations and variations to the level of tension to give a realistic racing experience. And this level of feedback is controllable via their PC and mobile apps. At the entry level range, we have the R3 and the R5, with them providing 3 and 5 Newton meters of torque respectively. These wheelbases are only available in a bundle offering, where you're provided with a wheelbase together with a wheel rim, pedals and a desk mount, so a complete starter kit. The R3 comes with an Xbox wheel supporting both PC and Xbox, whereas the R5 is PC only, with there being 2 offerings, with the standard one aimed at sim racing with the ES wheel, and their new truck bundle for truck sims, which is so much fun. These are the best offerings for anyone starting off and wanting to get into sim racing as cheaply as possible, with the R3 being perfect for young kids as it has low torque levels. Mid-range wise, there's the R9 and the R12, providing 9 and 12 Newton meters of torque respectively, which personally I'd say are the best options to consider, with my preference being the R12, as personally I wouldn't want to go any higher as I don't want to feel as if I'm fighting the wheel. So for the majority of you out there, I'd say these are perfect. And finally, onto the high-end range, there's the R16 and R21, giving a massive 16 and 21 Newton meters of torque, aimed at the pro level end of the sim racing market, with them providing the most accurate and clear feedback when racing. The racing experience on these is pretty insane with the higher torque levels, but at these higher levels, it did feel like you're literally fighting the wheel when racing, as the feedback levels are so high. But like I said, it's aimed at the pros to get the most realistic racing experience, with them performing really well. Onto the wheel rims, and Moza has a selection of 10 available, with them all having the same quick release mechanism, allowing you to easily swap wheels in a matter of seconds. And the nice thing here is that all the wheels can be used with any of the wheelbases, giving a lot of flexibility to upgrade at a later stage. At the entry level end, there's the ES steering wheel, which has a D-shaped wheel with a 12-inch diameter and is bundled with the R5 wheelbase, but you can't purchase this standalone. Then there's the ESX steering wheel bundled with the R3, but you can purchase this one separately. It has a 280mm diameter with a D-shaped design, but this one has an encryption chip for Xbox in the wheel together with an Xbox button. And the nice thing here is that there's 2 mods available, allowing you to cheaply upgrade either of those wheels to a formula or round wheel, providing real value for money, with both featuring an RGB rev counter and paddle shifters. Mid-range wise, you've got the CS V2P, RS V2, KS wheel rims, together with the TSW truck wheel. And the jump in build quality is quite considerable, with the wheels having a more of a variety of controls, ranging from backlit buttons, rotary encoders, thumb encoders and joysticks. The CS steering wheel features a 13-inch racing rim, RGB rev counter, magnetic shifters and backlit buttons, whereas the RS V2 wheel is similar with all those features, with it additionally having dual clutch paddles. The KS steering wheel has a 300mm butterfly style GT style wheel featuring an RGB rev counter, magnetic shifters and backlit buttons. Then there's the truck wheel, which has a classic 4-spoke trucker wheel design that's 400mm in diameter. It has 14 short travel RGB backlit buttons with 2 aluminium thumb wheels and 2 ultra thin joysticks, together with it also having an RGB rev counter. Onto the high-end range, and there's the FSR Formula wheel, Vision GS wheel and the Lamborghini Azenza SCV12 wheel, with these having integrated telemetry displays, with the Vision GS wheel having a built-in gyroscope maintaining a level display as you're turning the wheel, which is a pretty cool feature to have. The build quality of these wheels is exceptional, with the FSR Formula and Vision GS wheels featuring dual clutch pedals and backlit buttons. The Lamborghini wheel is an exact replica of the racing wheel in the Lamborghini Azenza SCV12 hypercar, feeling awesome to race with. Looking on their website, it would seem they're planning a replica of the original Porsche Mission R steering wheel, so something to look forward to in the new year. Moza seems to be creating new wheels every year, which is great news if you're using their ecosystem, with it feeling as if they're constantly evolving. Onto pedals, and at the entry level you've got the SRP light pedals. These are the ones that come bundled with the R3 and R5 wheel bundles. Build quality is good, with them having rubber pads underneath so you can use them without having to mount them on a rig. With it connecting via an RJ45 cable directly to the wheelbase, you're able to adjust the pedal spacing and buy an optional clutch pedal. All the pedals are spring loaded and have hall sensors. The brake has the same feel as the other pedals, so it doesn't feel realistic, but there is an optional performance kit which adds a spring and dampener to give a more realistic braking experience, and I definitely recommend getting this, otherwise the experience doesn't feel that great. There's no load cell option available for this, and this is where the brake pedal works off the pressure applied to give a more realistic braking experience, similar to what you get in a real car. The mid-range pedals are the SRP pedals. Build quality wise it's good, with them having rubber pads underneath so you can use them without having to mount them on a rig. It connects via a RJ45 cable directly to a wheelbase or via USB to a PC, meaning it can be used outside of the Moza ecosystem with other brands, but just to note, this is only on a PC if you're going to do that. The brake has a spring and damping block, with it featuring a 100 kg load cell, providing a pretty good experience when racing. On the high-end range, you've got the CRP and CRP2 pedals. Both have a solid build quality, with them aimed at racing rigs, as there's no rubber pads underneath to put them directly on the floor to stop them from slipping. All pedal positions are adjustable together with the pedal face. The CRP comes in a 3-pedal set, and you're able to remove the clutch if you didn't want to use it. The brake features a 200 kg load cell with replacement springs and dampeners, and the clutch has a 3-stage action, feeling so good. Over to the CRP2 pedals, and this comes in a 2-pedal set, with you able to purchase the clutch pedal separately. It features a carbon fiber heel plate, a 3-stage adjustable clutch, and a brake that has a 200 kg load cell. Plus there's an optional performance kit allowing you to make adjustments to the brake, offering 1764 possible brake feel configurations. Connectivity wise, you can connect directly to a wheelbase via an RJ45 cable or to a PC via a USB cable. Racing wise, these give an amazing experience and definitely my current favourite in the Moza ecosystem. There's also a new brake pedal coming soon aimed at the CRP2 pedals called the M Booster Active pedal, giving feedback while racing to give a more realistic racing experience, which I'm really looking forward to review. Over to accessories, and this is where Moza has excelled over the competition, with them not only introducing a H-pattern shifter, but also a sequential shifter and a handbrake, which all perform really well. But seriously, they've taken things to the next level with their multifunction stalks, which you'd use on truck sim games, allowing you to assign lights, wipers and cruise control functionality. Plus you can even use it on racing games with that functionality supported in-game. So really loving this one. Then we have the digital dashes, which attach onto the wheelbases to provide in-game telemetry data, working really well. Coming over to my PC, Moza have their own software to help customize settings called the Moza Pit House, which you can download from their website. The app lets you customize settings for each of the Moza devices you have connected, so the wheelbase, wheel, pedals, together with any other accessories you have. The user interface of the app is simple to navigate around. On the left you have your main page, and underneath you have your devices where you can go in and customize the settings. So for example, on the wheelbase you can change the amount of force feedback feedback by adjusting the settings here, or changing the frequency depending on how much of the track you want to feel in-game. On the steering wheel page, you can make changes to the rotation of the wheel, customize the buttons, plus change the colors on the rev counter display. For the pedals, you can customize each of the pedals by adjusting the stroke on the accelerator, the brake, and the clutch pedals individually. There's also a mobile app available both on Android and Apple, allowing you to connect to the wheelbase via Bluetooth, giving you the same amount of customization, which is really impressive and so convenient. The apps provide a lot of granular customization, perfect for someone who likes to tweak the settings, with there being quite a few available. Compatibility wise, and worth highlighting that all of Moza's wheelbases are PC compatible. If you're after Xbox support, then this comes via an encryption chip in the racing wheels, and currently there's only one wheel available providing Xbox support, and that's the ESX wheel rim. But there is a caveat to this, as the Xbox supports only one input per controller, so it can only work with the wheelbases that have a pedal port, so you'd have to connect the pedals directly to the wheelbase. Therefore, this is limited to just the R5 and R12. There's currently no PlayStation support, but if it was ever introduced, then compatibility would come via the wheelbase, as that's where the encryption chip would be located. So if they ever provided this support, you'd more than likely have to upgrade your wheelbase. There are third-party adapters that you can get that can provide console support on both an Xbox and PlayStation, like the Resolution 2 from Brook. It works reasonably well, but the experience isn't consistent between games, so not something I personally recommend using, but I wouldn't say there's anything majorly bad about it. So really important to keep this in mind if you're planning on choosing a Moza sim racing setup. So in summary, 3 years on, Moza Racing has gone from zero to sim racing legend in such a short period of time, making it one of the leading brands in sim racing. Build quality of their products is excellent, with them constantly evolving to bring even more products to the market, giving you even more choice. Even little things like their quick release system, they got it right in the beginning, providing a solid connection to the wheelbase, with every wheel having the same one, giving you the ability to upgrade any racing wheel no matter what wheelbase you bought. Negatives wise, the only one at this moment in time is the fact that it's only PC and Xbox compatible, with the Xbox support limited to just one wheel. But at the rate they're currently evolving, I wouldn't be surprised if this changes in the future and they provide wheelbases with PlayStation support. So really looking forward to them doing that in the future. So there you have it. You've come to the end of another video, and I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing a sim racing setup from Moza. Details for all the items I've mentioned today are in the description below, including purchasing links. Plus Moza have some special offers at the moment, so check out the links below for more on that. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. For those of you who got to the end of this video, please leave a comment with Moza, as it's awesome to see who's got to the end of my video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You can follow me on my socials. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to be notified of my next release. Thanks for viewing, and see you in the next one.